Radical.
All right, here it is, a handy guide to navigate the new era of YouTube comments, the new Snowflake era of YouTube. That's what I'm going to title this. You know what a snowflake is, right? Somebody that gets so offended, so unnecessarily offended at any possible little thing that shouldn't even really bother you, but somebody gets so offended. YouTube is there right now. YouTube got so offended at a comment yesterday, I left as a reply to someone else using the letters BS. They removed that comment. Not only did they remove my comment, but they threatened me that if I violated their hate speech policies again, they would take away my ability to leave comments. And they might even terminate my channel, because I have a channel connected to my comments. So it escalated to levels because I left 2 little letters as a response to someone else. I didn't even write bullshit. I didn't even write horse shit. I didn't write donkey shit, cat shit, dog shit, no, nothing. I didn't even write excrement. BS. That was enough. But what if you're trying to leave a comment and you don't know how to navigate YouTube right now? Well, the thing is, YouTube hasn't put out officially a list of words they don't like. But I think it has something to do with a couple different things. There are certain words that YouTube do not like. Of course, well, BS is one of them. I would say probably FUCK, CUNT, SHIT. Some of the 4-letter words, right? Now, there might be some handy navigations around this. For instance, I do this on my titles and uploads. If I want to say SHIT, I just do an exclamation mark for the I. That's my workaround. Because I figure, and they've actually rectified this in some ways, because if you say FUCKU to somebody, let's say you're just offending yourself and someone just comes at you and they leave you a lot of curse words or whatever, and you want to defend yourself and you say, hey man, hey buddy, fuck you. Then guess what? They might remove your reply but leave the other comment. I'm going to get into that in a moment. Okay, there's a couple different parts here because I want to give you the best guide I can to figure out how to navigate this. YouTube does not like 4-letter words to leave in the comment section. Not only that, but if you have words that are close to those words, then they'll remove those too. For instance, like I said, bullshit, BS. They removed BS because just like that, I think that Sentinel Shiva in X-Men that gets smarter every single time it's defeated, you can't defeat it the same way. YouTube is upping their snowflakeness by making sure that even BS is taken down. Also, I think it applies to F as in FU. They're going to write that in because they figure they can get away with that because there's no context to where you're going to write FU other than to say fuck you. So this is their defense of it. So it's a system, basically. It's a system. They have to put it in there as a system. There are certain words that maybe double as curse words where it might get confusing. This is the problem with their system. You might have a word that has a different context. I can't think of any right now off the top of my head, but there might be a word that has a different context where it's in a comment that has nothing to do with anything of any type of nature that's not completely 100% squeaky clean. And you might be talking about maybe home repairs, for instance. I don't know. And there's a word that maybe could double for something else that happens to also be considered a curse word. So that's how bad it is right now. People have told me they have left comments that have nothing to do with anything other than, let's say, house or home repairs or maybe like cell phones or, movies or gardening. I don't know, anything, any topic. But people have told me they tried to leave a comment on one of my uploads before. I can't remember which one it was, but it had nothing to do with anything of any kind of nature that would be questionable of any type. Completely G-rated stuff. And it was still removed. So you're wondering, Rick, how do I navigate this new Snowflake era? Well, first off, like I said, do not leave any 4-letter words. Do not leave BS. Do not leave F, like an FU. You might accidentally have a comment and accidentally type F at the end of something. I don't know if it would do that, because it would notice, their system would notice it's just an F. But if you put a U after that, for instance, if you want to refer to John Cena's original move before he called it the attitude adjustment, it was literally called the FU. So if he was like, hey man, you remember John Cena's move he used to use right when he came out? Yeah, the FU. Then your comment might be removed because you're referring to a move from a professional wrestler. So it's not just that. It's going to be, I think this is key in figuring out why they removed my comment. And it's something I didn't even think about until yesterday. But I had a comment series called Rap Response. A lot of you remember it. I think it was really, really great series. But YouTube definitely wouldn't like that series. The weird thing, though, in my series, I was responding to people that came here and disrespected me for no reason. They just came here, they disrespected me, they hated on me for whatever reason. And I was correcting these people, meaning I was defending myself in my replies to them that left the terrible comments to me. And the irony is I was defending myself. I had a series defending myself. And it wasn't even the uploads that was taken down by YouTube. No, it was my actual responses to these people. So what I had to do was I had to keep editing my comment, editing it, sometimes spending up to an hour trying to edit my comment to where YouTube didn't delete it, and YouTube would still keep deleting it because it'd be like a BS or something in there, or a word that I was like, really, that's what set them off. And there would be a curse word that would go by, but then another word that wasn't as offensive that would, for some reason, they would keep doing that. So on my Rad Response series, I would say, listen, I'm leaving you a response in video form here because I can't do it there. But of course, there's a lot of triggered, hateful, moronic trolls that would come to a channel and hate on you for whatever reason. And I don't have the time to do a rad response to every one of those people. Now I could leave a comment to those people, but to actually produce and upload and have that every single time, I couldn't do that. And there's no need to. But I was trying to figure out why their comment stayed and my reply to them did not. And it dawned on me. I think this is key in understanding this. Have any of you noticed that if you left a comment on a channel, if you left the same exact comment as a reply to somebody, that might be removed, but your original comment would not be removed? I think it has something to do with leaving replies to people that left a comment. I think it does. And as an example, I was pointing to my Rad Response series, where many times my replies to these other comments that were definitely hateful and offensive would be taken down. I think YouTube wants to get to a point where they don't want anybody responding to anyone else to maybe, I don't know what their goal is. Because to me, if they're offended by it, it should be equally as offensive if they're leaving it as a comment on a channel as opposed to a reply to someone else. Otherwise, you're just going to have a situation where the original person that supposedly offended your comment policies goes unpunished, and you're punishing the people that actually are just leaving replies to that comment. Let's say, in my case, it was a channel creator, and that same person that left a comment is just going to be fine. So I think it has something to do with the replies to people. That might be a key there. So navigating this era, first thing, what do? You take away certain words, or you get creative with certain words. And instead of F-U-C-K, you say F-O-O-K. But at a point, YouTube might see that and still say, well, is that a word that would be used outside of cursing? F-O-O-K. And then they put that into their system for figuring out. Now, let's say you got a word like hoe. Hoe, right? Now, this is going to be something that YouTube will have trouble taking that down from. Let's say you have a situation where I don't know why you would want to call somebody a hoe, but a hoe is an existing item. A hoe is something used in gardening. That's what I was trying to remember when I linked to gardening. A hoe is something that's used in gardening. People discuss hoes all the time. And it doesn't have to be, like WWE back in the day, the Godfather's hoe train. Some of you know what I'm talking about. He actually came out, and nowadays that wouldn't fly on WWE TV. But he actually had a lot of women of the night, and they would follow him to the ring, and they were called the hoe train. Well, they're going to have trouble taking that word and making that an offensive word, unless it's maybe H-O. Because the actual item, the gardening tool, is H-O-E, right? So maybe there's that. There's cracks in it that you can... I don't even know if you would really want to try to exploit the cracks in the system. I can't tell you the system. I don't have the YouTube system in front of me. I don't have their Snowflake system in front of me. I can just tell you that to navigate this, you have to be incredibly careful about the comments that you leave, and you have to work around it, and you have to use words that they're not going to pick up. But this is just terrible that we have to do this, and we have to deal with YouTube's new Snowflake system. So in summation, basically, if you're going somewhere to leave a comment, make sure that it's not one of those bad words. Especially make sure it's not going to be a reply to somebody that has one of those quotation bad words. If you are going to have a channel on YouTube, make sure that you limit your replies to people. Me, I'm probably going to be limiting my replies to people right now. Because who knows when you're going to have a person that you leave a reply to. Someone brought up a possibility that I might leave a reply to somebody and they might report the reply. Then maybe somebody has more of a possibility to report a comment if it's a reply to them. I don't know about the comment reporting system, but essentially what I'm going to do is when I'm replying to people, it's mostly going to be in my comment reply shows, which I'll steadily get back into doing. And also that's going to be a time saver for me because I can basically upload to YouTube, maybe heart a couple comments, and then go about my day. And then when I really get down into it, when I get back into and get caught up on things like comment of the week, I can feature a lot of your comments and have detailed responses to them without worrying about YouTube's Snowflake system, without worrying about any of that. Now, YouTube is progressively getting worse, I would say, because of things like the comment section and how they're super policing the comment section, but also they took away our ability to leave dislikes on uploads. And that one was more questionable because it's just like a thumbs down. They can use an argument, well, we're getting into our comment section to take care of offensive and hateful comments that are qualified as harassment. But they can't really defend the whole disliking thing because that's just a thumbs down. That's the most Snowflakean thing YouTube has ever done, is remove their system for liking and disliking. If you're going to do that, then remove the fucking thumbs up. Remove it all. If there's no thumbs down, then remove the thumbs up. Remove all the thumbs. Take the thumbs away. Just take it all away. Take it, YouTube, go ahead and take it all away. Take away the comment section. Take away the thumbs up, thumbs down, That's what they want to do eventually. What's the point of leaving anything up, is what I'm going to say. What's the point of leaving a thumbs up to show the positives, but getting rid of the negatives? That's a perfect example of what YouTube is right now. They're trying to be all positive, everything thumbs up. That's the utopia that they want to do. They don't want to have anything that's critical, negative, nothing like that. They want to just have their happy, snowflakey safe space. That's their ultimate goal. And I think that is bullshit. Not BS. Bullshit. Horse shit. Dog shit. Cat shit. Elephant shit. The biggest shit you can think of, right? You know, one thing I'm glad about is, unrelated, one thing I'm glad about is when it comes to the angry video game nerd, YouTube hasn't taken away his ability to shit on things and people and whatnot. So at least that's still good. You know, James Rolfe is still shitting on his videos, in his videos, on games, on people, whatever he does right now. He's a fecal maniac, right? Here's a thought. Instead of shit, maybe you could say fecal matter. I'm just throwing things out there, but you got to be careful, everybody. You got to be careful navigating this new snowflake era on YouTube. And I hope this guide for leaving comments was helpful to you. I tried my best, and I don't want any of you to actually get your comments wrongly taken down. I don't want any of you to be putting in a Mr. Self-Improvement said he got put in a 24-hour timeout. I don't want that to happen to any of you. It's terrible that we have to live through this era of YouTube right now, considering many of us remember how great YouTube used to be. But this is sadly just the beginning, I think, of what's going to be progressively worse on YouTube. You don't think it can get worse? Yeah, it can get worse.